Okay, in this third and final video tutorial, I'm going to introduce to you how to use Stencyl layers. So the layers are down here in the bottom right hand corner, just underneath the tile sets. I'm going to go ahead and select my little tile set here. And you'll notice that under layers, right now I have a layer simply called layer 0. I'm going to go ahead and select it, and if I double click on it, then I can rename it, just like in Photoshop. And I'm going to go ahead and call this, maybe I'll call this background. Okay, and so all of these tiles that you see on my scene here are on the background layer. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take my dark rock tile, and I'm going to go ahead and just make kind of a cave shape. Okay. Alright, so not terribly creative, but you get the idea. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a new layer by clicking on this little plus button, and I'm going to go ahead and call this foreground. There we go. Now while I have the foreground layer selected, and it's just like in Photoshop, whatever layer you have selected is the one that's currently active. In Stencyl, whatever layer you have selected, that's where the tiles are going to live. So I'm going to take this light rock tile, and I'm going to go ahead and go around the perimeter here, just covering it up like this. Okay, and I'm going to leave it something like that, and maybe I'll do that. Okay, so I've made a little entryway here, and now I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'll take out this one here, maybe I'll take out this one here. Okay, so I've got a little entryway right here. I've got a little jump here that I think he'll be able to make. Actually, now that I think about it, he won't. I'll put it like that. Okay, so now he's got a little step, and I think I can clear this jump and then clear it to get over to here. So even though it's not terribly exciting, I've got something going on here. To liven it up a little bit more, I think I'm going to go ahead, poke a hole through the cave so we have a little sky going on there. Okay, so I'm going to save my game, and remember that the dark rock is in the background layer, so Mambo should be able to go in front of it, and the lighter rock is on my new layer called foreground. And you can see that when you click on a block, you can see what layer it belongs to. So I click on a light block and foreground becomes highlighted. If I click on a dark block, you can see that background becomes highlighted. Okay, so now let's test it out. And here we are. So you see Mambo can actually go inside. The blocks are solid. And Mambo has a little house that he can actually go through. And then we get stuck right there. Okay, be careful of that. I guess that ends this tutorial. I am not going to edit that out. That was just too perfect. But you can see that the house little cave is working. So you can not only give the illusion of an interior by using a darker color like I did, and shading and lighting, but you can also now do some really cool tricks of having your character be able to walk behind things and in front of things by using layers. And just like Photoshop, you can use as many layers as you want, so you can do some really cool stuff. Later on, when we get into coding, I'll show you how to use code to actually make your character switch from layer to layer, so you can go from the foreground to the background, and that is wicked cool. Alright, happy stenciling.